Regional Development and Manufacturing and Minister for the Water and as member for Gladstone. My name is Louis Lee. I'm a friend of Glenn.
Yeah.
Peter just grabbed his computer or laptop and he just will be here. Have a seat.
We don't need Peter.
We don't need Peter. You're all right.
Thanks for having me. This is Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
My policy advisor. It's great to meet everyone so far.
If you don't mind, just a few went to the toilet. They will be here
That's
in 1
okay.
minute.
No
While they are
worries.
here, some of them, that's Paul. She is the president of the Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and that's Lisa Su is the president of Queensland Chinese Orchestra, or the founding president of the Queensland Chinese Orchestra. Jackie Chiang or Jackie Lee is the Queensland Hakka Association. And then you have Richard Huang, the Vice President of Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and Melody Cheng, the Commissioner for Overseas Community Affairs Council, ROC. Melody Cheng is the Life Honorary President of the War Arts and Multicultural Center in 2003. And we have Elsa Sui. Elsa is the past president of the FIRE, also the president of the Chinese Ethnic Broadcasting Association of Queensland for many years.
What a great group of people we see.
Yeah. So, and later on, we'll ask Grace to introduce each and every one. So,
You already done it. You done a fantastic job. Yes.
no, it's better for Grace. I win with Peter is here.
No, that's fine.
Glenn is from Gladstone,
Yeah.
member
Yes.
for Gladstone. So his portfolio is the Minister for Regional Development and Manufacturing, and Minister for the Water. You know, Taiwan is very good in manufacturing. There's some technique that we can share between Taiwan and Queensland as the Regional Development Minister and the Manufacturing.
Absolutely.
And the water. I mean, Glenn is specialized in water, meaning in Queensland, all this water, dam and all that, he is in charge on the whole Queensland.
I do. All of Queensland.
All of Queensland.
All of Queensland. Some very big dams in Queensland.
Yeah.
So the Grace is the Director General for the Queensland Federation of Taiwanese Association.
Yes.
There are about at least 10 organizations. One of them is Hakka Association Queensland, Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and then War Arts and Multicultural, Queensland Chinese Orchestra, and I think there is a Queensland Women League and Global Federation of Queensland Business Women Association of Queensland, and there is also the Australian Art and Asian Art Network, and there are also the Taiwan Friendship Association of Queensland, and there are many others. I hope I haven't left out anyone.
Fire, also fire.
Fire, yeah.
I must say, I was getting excited a while ago before COVID hit. When I'm a very good friend of Duncan Peggs, as everyone knows.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he'd organised this wonderful. We were going to do a tour over in Taiwan, which he was helping coordinate, and then COVID hit, so it was sort of a bit of a downer. I was really excited, ready to go, and it unfortunately didn't play out. So I'm glad to hear so many of the women's groups.
Yeah, so the one who just come in is Foreign.
Sorry.
Foreign Huang is the president of the Asia Art Network Association, and the founding is Judy Lai. Yes, Judy. Then we have Emily Huang. Emily is the senior advisor for the Overseas Community Affairs Council (ROC). Is also the managing director of Queensland Chinese Time. Ladies and gentlemen, I just formally welcome the Honourable Glenn Butcher MP, the Minister for Regional Development and Manufacturing and Minister for the Water. He is also a good friend of Duncan Peggs MP, the class member for Stratton. He is the member for Gladstone. Peter will join us later on. Just want to begin by acknowledging the tradition custodian of the land which we meet. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now hand over to Grace to introduce all our team members here. Grace is the... Grace, why everybody laughing?
Minister, do I need to introduce each again? Maybe you just stand up when I introduce. Melody Chen is the commissioner of the Taiwanese Community Affair Council Affair Council, and then Emily Huang is managing director of Taiwanese I think it's Queensland Chinese Times. Yes. And Jackie Jiang is president of Hakka Association Queensland. Hakka Association. Each year they have the Dragon Ball Festival.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Yeah, so in Forest Lake. That's, it's already running over 10 years.
Fantastic.
Yes. And Florence Huang, she is Florence Huang is a president of the Australian Asia Art Network Association.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Very good.
And Judy Lai is also the founding president of the Australia Asia Art Network Association.
You are very wrong.
You're doing very well.
That's AAA's Triple A Association. Triple A Art Association.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, 4EB is Elsa Swai.
Yeah.
And William?
Yeah.
William,
And
William.
William has done a fantastic job for organizing the event for us. And thank you very much for Minister. You come to the Queensland. I think you have many, come to Brisbane,
Yep.
from the Gladstone. So yeah, I believe you are very, tight schedule today. Yeah,
I am,
but
yeah.
you try to.
You have this side.
Yeah, and Lisa Su is Queensland Chinese Orchestra president.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
I'm fine. I'm a country boy, and I'm not normally used to orchestras.
Yeah, they play all the songs, even though
But I must say,
they having some of the performance in Cairns before. They go to the regional area. If you have any performance near them, they are happy to travel to.
Yeah, we have. I was trying to get to the point where I was saying, when I first started, I'm a fitter and turner by trade. I've worked in industry, so choirs and orchestras and all these things that sort of don't happen in Gladstone. So since I've become the minister and a member of Parliament, culturally I'm changing. So, I bring my wife to the ballet now, and I support the orchestra. We have the Queensland Orchestra comes to Gladstone and does what they call Symphony Under the Stars. So it's a really good program. So we're actually bringing the things that traditionally happen in the big city to regional Queensland, which is fantastic. So thank you for doing that.
Paul Shi is honorary president general for Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce Oceania.
Lovely.
So also Paul has teaching in brain education.
RTO in real estate licensing courses.
The market's going well at the moment.
Oh.
Smiling space. Yeah. Well, it's certainly a pleasure to be here today, and I really like to do these type of things when I'm in Parliament, because I think it's really important that we certainly meet with all of our stakeholders and the community that you guys represent is certainly a large stakeholder that we sort of really want to keep good relationships working, moving forward. And to see so many women on the board, especially as a manufacturing minister, I'm quite proud that 1 in every 4, and traditionally manufacturing is a male-dominated industry, 1 in every 4 manufacturing jobs in Queensland is held by women in Queensland. So I'm really proud of that. And as you most likely know, our cabinet is made up of 50-50 of both men and women. So it's really important to certainly support both of our what we do here in government, particularly with the community. It's really important. And it was certainly a sad passing recently with the passing of Duncan Peter. As I said, he's a really, really close friend of mine. But in replacement of Duncan in his new role, James is certainly a good person as well, and sound of heart to make sure that he keeps representing the community. So, as I said, it's I love these type of things. I host all different at this table here. I've hosted many different ambassadors to countries that come along, and they're all very similar. Everyone just is interested in helping out not only their own country, but how we can work together with Queensland. So by holding these type of events in Parliament, it's a fantastic building, a fantastic place. So I guess welcome from me to you all for coming today. And I notice a typical Peter Russo when I come in, he walks out. But he is a really good guy, and we're really good friends too. We're both in the same union together, so the Australian Manufacturers Workers Union. So I get on really well with Peter. But I keep saying to him, you've never invited me to your lecture for dinner. So next I gotta make sure if you're doing something out that way, if you're hosting something to let him know that I want to come for dinner.
They will invite you straight away. All this group will invite you straight away.
That's good news.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, because we only have few minutes now, I think Grace have some gift to the Honorable Glenn Butcher. If you can come over to this side.
No worries.
These are direct from Taiwan. Come over this side. Everybody can join in.
This is
You explain a little bit.
Parliament portrait.
Pottery. Manufacturer in Taiwan.
You can
Is that right?
see, yeah, this is skylight. It's a skylight.
Peter, join in.
From Taiwan. Anyone put the lantern and put the bridge.
And it goes up into the air, yeah. Oh, fantastic. That won't do it. If I-
Closer, closer.
But you can
Can be
drink
closer.
it. Then you can drink it on that. Yeah.
Richard joining. Peter's turned up. Hello, Peter. Hi, mate.
While Peter was away, he says we have a bit of time. We haven't asked Peter to say a few words. If you don't mind, to take a seat. Glenn,
Yeah.
we haven't asked Peter to say a few words.
He's
So
got to go.
he got to go.
You back in the house, eh?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Premier will smack me for anything.
Okay. Peter, want to say thank you.
I just want to say thank you, Glenn, for giving up your time to come and meet with the Taiwanese community, which are a big part of my electorate. And
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Glenn. The only time I met Glenn is at the Parliament.
Yeah. But I was just saying, Peter, I keep saying to you, invite me out to your community
Yes.
for a feed, and now I think it's going to happen.
yeah, we'll do it.
Thank you all so much. Yeah, thank you. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you. Oh, another super beautiful tea.
You don't have to go back.
No, I don't know.
That's the energy for this afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn.
See you all later.
Oh, thank you. That's all the presidents wear the costume.
Oh, that's beautiful. I think you made
President.
an absolute costume.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.